everybody. Welcome to the Huddle. Scott Taylor, John Mackey, my co-host, back for another week of the best in football in Manitoba. And of course, we are football in Manitoba. John, great show today. Jamie Abar is coming on. Played quarterback last year and went to the national championships with the Vancouver Island Raiders.
Not bad for a first-year player.
Not bad for a first-year player. And he's got some other things he's looking at as this offseason progresses. We're talking to Bryson McNeil. Speaking of first-year players, 14-year-old quarterback at Churchill playing AAA. Now, he was a linebacker and a punter and a kicker and a slot back as well, but he won Rookie of the Year this year in AAA football. It's an amazing story.
That's what happens with these athletes that can play, that are dynamic.
14, big kid, about 6'1".
Oh, wow.
Big, strong kid. Scotty Billick's coming on the show today to talk about the Bombers. And I know, now you've seen our discussion that was pre-taped for this show. You have a comment to make about the Bombers' offensive line, about things you can do.
I think it comes down to creative play calling. I mean, there's ways to, if you don't have a strong offensive line, you can work on the quick game or any type of, if you have a strong pass rush, do any kind of screens. It's just going to be a matter of, how the coach wants to call his offense, and as well to keep his quarterback off his back.
Exactly, quicker game. Coach Dobie's going to be here to take a knee, and in all of our shows over the next couple of weeks, we're going to throw in some of those Bison recruiting videos that we did.
Yes, it's recruiting season.
It is recruiting season. We got lots on the Huddle today. Scott Taylor, John Mackey. We're coming back right after this. This is the Huddle. Stay with us. Community created right here on Shaw TV. Welcome back to the Huddle. Scott Taylor along with the quarterback, although you're a linebacker too. I mean, let's be fair. Bryson McNeil, who's been with us before from the Churchill Bulldogs, but he brought a trophy today, and we have to talk about this trophy. You won the Whitlaw Trophy as the Rookie of the Year this year in AAA football. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Tell us about your season.
It was a great season, I think. Not how we came out with going 0-7, whatnot, but...
Well, you still won Rookie of the Year, so you did some good things.
Yeah, it was good for me, but maybe we'll do better next year or whatnot. We'll see how it goes.
Now, you're a pretty small school to be playing AAA.
Yeah, not many kids at Churchill. Goes grade 7 to 12, and maybe there's like 300 people in the school.
And you can't play high school to what, grade 9?
Yeah.
Yeah, grade 7s and 8s can't play high school football.
Oh, no.
But that's a big part of your story. Because when we had you on before, you talked about the fact that you had played football 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
Yeah. And
then gave it up to play hockey, and then came back. Tell us how all that went.
Well, growing up, I played for Eastside Eagles when from 7 to 11, and actually won championship one year when I was 10 years old, went undefeated that year. And then I took 2 years off because I felt I was better at hockey, and I felt like I could go farther in hockey. But I don't know, I love football. I love the game. It's fun to play. I love it. So I just went to high school, figured out I could play high school football and hockey. So I did that. And
now, who'd you play hockey for this past season? Or are you playing right now?
Well, last year I played for Winnipeg AAA Sharks, and then I quit that, and I'm playing Churchill High School this year.
High school hockey's fun too.
Oh, great season. We're actually on a 10-game winning streak right now. It's going pretty good.
And Churchill, I remember we've had from Evan Gill on from Churchill. We've had Thomas Miles when they won a provincial championship at Churchill. Great teams.
Great players.
So hockey's been tremendous at Churchill.
Oh, yeah. It's great.
So the football team didn't do really that well, but you did, because we've got this trophy on here because you won it. So tell us about your season.
I felt like I really succeeded this year just by help from my coaches, seniors, whatnot. They helped me succeed in the year. I started off this year playing slot back and linebacker, and I did some good things at those positions. And then at the end of the season, starting quarterback, went down with the torn ACL. So last 2 games I got to start quarterback, and felt I did pretty good for a grade 9.
Now, when we talked off the air, first of all, not only a grade 9, but a grade 9 who had been playing hockey for 3 seasons, 4 seasons.
Yeah.
Not football. You're what, 15 now?
14 still.
Still 14.
Yeah.
Playing AAA quarterback.
Yeah.
After a year of not playing football.
Yeah.
Yeah, you must love the game.
Oh, yeah.
But not only is that huge, but you win Rookie of the Year for slot back, linebacker, quarterback, and you tell me off the air, quarterback's where you want to be.
Oh, yeah. I feel I do my best at that position.
Why?
I feel that I'm tall, I have a strong arm, throw the ball pretty accurate, I can throw on the run, and I feel like I can dominate at that position.
You're a grade 9 playing varsity football at the AAA level plus varsity hockey. You the best athlete at Churchill?
I don't know. I would love to say that, but
I mean, one of your assistant coaches, Shahab, is in our peanut gallery today.
yeah, I don't know. I hope so. That'd be a great honor. But lots of great players at Churchill in the past and to go in the future.
What's going to happen next year? What kind of a team do you have?
I don't really know. We have lots of players coming back. We'll see how it happens. I really don't know how it's going to go on.
But you do have a number of players coming back next season.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Bryson McNeil, quarterback of the Churchill Bulldogs. We're going to call you quarterback now. You can be a linebacker if you want. We'll call you quarterback. Bryson McNeil, the quarterback of the Churchill Bulldogs, the Rookie of the Year in the Potter Division, AAA high school football in Winnipeg. When we come back, we got lots more. This is The Huddle. We are Football in Manitoba, community created right here on Shaw TV. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to The Huddle. Scott Taylor, Bryson McNeil, quarterback, linebacker, kicker, punter, slot back, whatever.
Everything.
Of the Churchill Bulldogs, plus hockey. Do you play forward defense?
Goalie.
You're a goalie?
Yeah.
Wow. I'm honored today to be with Bryson McNeil. We're going to play 10 questions. We always play 10 questions with our high school guys. And Rebecca, our floor director, decided that we should play 10 questions with Bryson. Because you may be the youngest guy to play 10 questions at 14, wearing your age on your uniform.
Honored.
Good quarterback's number. Favorite sport other than football?
Hockey, for sure.
And you still, as we say, play hockey and play goaltender. Favorite sports team?
Pittsburgh Penguins of the NHL.
Isn't that interesting?
Crosby.
We've
Love him.
we've had a lot of Crosby stuff.
Love
Favorite
him.
athlete? Sidney Crosby then.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Favorite athlete. Favorite music? Favorite type of music?
Probably rap. Yeah.
Who's your favorite musician, entertainer / singer, rapper?
Rich Homie Quan.
Really?
Yeah.
I like that.
Great rapper.
Your favorite movie of all time?
Step Brothers.
Yeah, perfect.
Hilarious.
Do you have brothers?
Yeah, 2.
Sally home? Your favorite TV show?
Yeah, The Huddle.
Great.
Love
Good
it.
answer.
Love it.
No prompting here. Favorite subject in school?
Gym class.
Yeah, that's pretty obvious. The most influential person in your life?
Probably my grandpa. Yeah.
Perfect, and sit up straight, because your grandpa and grandma
Oh, yeah.
want you to
Grandpa.
sit up straight.
Yeah, grandpa.
Normally we ask the question for number 10, Betty or Veronica. But I have to admit this week that when I talked to Bryson, who's 14, Betty and Veronica didn't even ring a bell. He's aware of the Archie comics, but it didn't even... So we're going the dark-haired route and the light-haired route a different way. Ariana Grande or Taylor Swift?
Tricky. Ariana Grande.
Bingo, that's the answer. And we're done. Thanks. You're a great sport.
Thank you.
Bryson McNeil, the Rookie of the Year in the Potter Division, playing 10 questions with us. When we come back, we got a lot more. A lot more. This is The Huddle, community created right here on Shaw TV. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to The Huddle. Our regular guest. You're like a regular guest. You haven't been regular for a while because you went away.
Yeah, I was gone for a while. I'm back, though.
Jamie Ibarra, former quarterback with the St. Paul's Crusaders. Last year, a guy who I thought did remarkably well for a first-year player with the Vancouver Island Raiders. That's the BC Junior League. But then injuries came and the whole thing kind of just collapsed. Tell us about the season.
Well, yeah, I started the season as a third-string quarterback, actually, and I kind of knew from the beginning that it was going to be an uphill battle to try and get to the spot that I kind of thought I deserved and what I wanted to achieve by the end of the year. And it actually didn't take that long. By week 3, I was starting my first game, and from there, I won Offensive Player of the Week, I think week 4, and then kind of took over for a while, and then...
And you and Theo, who was the quarterback with St. Paul's the year before,
he was at Okanagan.
kind of had a battle going.
Yeah,
You guys were players of the week, opposite weeks. And
yeah, we had fun. It was fun to play against him, especially being on his team for 4 years and being at school with him for 4 years. It was nice to kind of get the rivalry that we kind of was always building up, even though we're
nice
on the
to win,
same
too.
team. Yeah, it was awesome to beat him. But yeah, and then started for 6 games or so, and then week 10 I had a little meeting with the Defensive Player of the Year on Langley, Evan Foster, and he crushed my collarbone, and that took me out for about 5 weeks. But luckily, the team ended up making it to the national final in Regina, and I kind of told myself I made the plan, and I kind of saw that if we made it there, I should be able to play in that game. And I don't know if I should have played in that game, but I did. We didn't win.
But it was great to play in a national final.
It was definitely a learning experience that I will have for a long time. That's definitely, especially for a team. We had 46 18-year-olds on that team this year. So the fact that we were so successful was tremendous. And the experience you get from playing in a national final just with all the press and all the kind of hype about it was definitely something that all 46 18-year-olds will be able to take on for the next couple of years as they play junior.
It was almost like Winnipeg West, too, wasn't it? What, you have 17 or 18
Yeah, there was.
Winnipeg kids on the team?
It was funny. Sometimes we'd call it the Winnipeg Raiders because half the team was Winnipeg players, a quarter of the team was Regina players, and the rest of it was like a couple local guys. So I played Michael Rashad, Dylan Sherrod. There was most of the team was Raiders, Winnipeg players. So it was
a lot of guys
fun.
you played with in under 18.
Yeah. Who was there? There was not even like on our team, even guys who were on other teams like Lucas Machado and guys like that were playing on Okanagan, and Anthony Daly was on the Langley Rams. So there's players all over the place from the Winnipeg or Manitoba area.
Why do you think they go there? What do you think the reason is? It's got to be more than just the weather.
It was a big part for me. There's still no snow there, so I kind of want to head back. But I don't know. It's just different. It's a different atmosphere. It's their own kind of league out there where in Winnipeg, if you want to play rifles or something, you're playing against teams from Calgary and Edmonton and all the way kind of across the prairies. But it's just kind of, it's definitely exotic, so it's a whole new environment to live in. And really, the main reason I went there was the coaches for the Raiders. They were a lot more personal with me. They could kind of talk to me on a more friendly level than as a coach-player relationship, which I really think is big and that was a big reason why our team
Especially
was
for
so
a young
successful.
player, too.
Exactly. So when you're moving away from home and living on your own. So I don't know. There's just something about the league out there that kind of draws players in and keeps them there once they're there.
Now, next year is going to be a whole different deal. Coach Snoop is gone.
Yeah.
He's resigned as the head coach of the Raiders. It's going to leave you with either somebody new out there, or there's a chance to follow him, or there's another opportunity.
Yeah, my father, who you know very well
From
through
the Gold
baseball,
Eyes,
he lives in San Jose, California, and has kind of been talking around. I think he's been kind of wanting me to move there for a while and just kind of spend some time.
So he's been
out
acting
there
as your
with him.
agent.
Yeah, pretty much, actually. He's kind of made my whole recruiting videos and everything. And there's a school down there, there's a junior college down there, and he's kind of been wanting me to go to San Jose State as well. So there's a few schools down there that I'm kind of talking to, and there's a chance that when I'll be going there for a visit at the end of the month. And when I go and check that out, I'll maybe make a decision to play in the States somewhere and hopefully get up to a Division I school after that.
Now, there's also a chance that Coach Snoop could be moving, and you could go there too.
Yeah, that's also a big possibility. Resign from the Raiders, and there's a few teams that kind of an idea of where he might end up. So it's definitely a possibility that I could go there. I might even stay home, play Bisons. There's a bunch of options I have, and all of them have their pros in their own way. So that's definitely something I'll have to think about.
You have played football now for most of your young life, but you're kind of at a crossroads. This is a different situation for a quarterback coming off an injury, but playing in the final of the Canadian Junior Football League. What's in your mind right now? Is it all scrambled, or have you got the thing kind of laid out what you want to do?
Yeah, I make a different decision every day. I have a different game plan of what I'm doing all the time. But the one thing I'm kind of happy about is that I got a chance to play in that final game for the final in the CJFL. It kind of reassured me that I wasn't going to have a setback when I came back to play. When you come back from a serious injury like a broken bone or something, there's a big chance that when you come back you're going to be hesitant or not play the same way that you were before. And I felt very comfortable with the position I was in. I kind of got right back into it, like I didn't really miss anything. So that is really a confidence boost for me to know that when I come back I can still do all the things that I was doing before.
So in order to do that, you've had to work out. Tell us about your off-season workout regime.
I work out at Elite Performance. I started there actually at the off season of last year. I finished my high school career, and I decided that if I was actually going to go on and do something with this sport that could get me an education or maybe even potentially get me a job later in life, I was going to have to get a lot better physically and mentally. And going to Elite Performance has actually helped me tremendously. Like would never been able to get the improvements that I've got over the past year if it wasn't for Elite Performance. Jeff Fisher's been a huge motivator in me with workout plans and meal plans, and even just kind of the background.
You still think
stuff.
you're way too skinny?
Oh, I don't think. I know I'm way too skinny. I could gain about another 20 pounds and still be too skinny. So putting on weight is probably going to be one of the biggest things this year that I need to do.
What are you doing for fun in the off season?
You know,
You got a job?
I got a job. I'm working downtown, just at Shark Club there. It's a nice little place. It gets pretty busy during Jets games. People just hop across the street and it's packed. So that's been a lot of fun. I love the people I work with. Since I've been gone for 5 months, there's a lot of people that I haven't seen that I used to hang out with every day. So I've kind of been hanging out with friends, just going to movies, enjoying myself. So it's actually been quite relaxing, but it's definitely time to start getting back into the whole mental aspect and physical aspect of preparing for next season.
As you look back on your high school career, what are your thoughts? Now that you've had a year away from it.
I've loved it. My high school experience was probably the best 4 years of my life up to this date. Being in BC was awesome, but being surrounded by your best friends for 4 years, being able to play the sports you love, and there was just nothing that I would change about my high school experience.
Super. Good to see you.
Nice to see you
Have
as
a
well.
great winter.
Yeah, you too.
We'll have you on again. Jamie Ibarra, quarterback for somebody.
Who knows?
Last year he was in Vancouver Island. This year, never know.
Might be the Bombers.
Oh, yeah. You know what? You said it, and my first thought was, yeah, right. The second thought is that's not so far-fetched. You're at Elite, they know who you are. When we come back, we got lots more. This is The Huddle. We are football in Manitoba, community created on Shaw TV. Thanks. Welcome back to The Huddle. Scott Taylor along with Scott Billick, reporter for The Huddle and for Manitoba Hockey News. And you have lots to report from Bomberland. You've been doing a number of stories about the Bombers' additions and subtractions. So let's go to, I'll set you up with this one, and then you can swat it away if you like. I think the Bombers have done a good job improving their defensive secondary. Go.
Yeah, Corey Banks.
Corey Banks. I was right. He agrees.
Yeah, they got Corey Banks. They got Craig Newman. What else did they
Randall?
get? Randall, yeah, they got Randall. And, they've done a good job on their secondary doing that, but they've done nothing to improve the O-line, which is where they were worse last year.
That's where we got to go next.
Yep.
They have signed Drew Willie as their new quarterback.
Yeah.
I will make this contention. You tell me if I'm crazy. Drew Willie had 2 starts with the Saskatchewan Roughriders and did well behind the best offensive line in the Canadian Football League, arguably. I mean, they were, Ben Heenan and those guys, that's a great offensive line. They come to Winnipeg, Drew Willie with 2 starts behind the worst offensive line in the Canadian Football League. What's wrong with Max Hall? I contend that if Max Hall had the time to throw, he could have been a good quarterback in this league.
Yeah, definitely. I think that the O-line is the biggest problem in Winnipeg. They lost Justin Sorensen this week, Canadian, so he's gone. They didn't sign anybody. They didn't have really a chance on Josh Bork. Right. But there's other guys out there, and they haven't done anything in that regard.
Is Drew Willie going to make them a better football team?
Only if he gets
protection. Or will it be
protection.
moot without protection?
Only if he gets protection. And they got Nick Moore, who was the 3rd best receiver in the CFL last year. He had over 1,000 yards, 73
Yeah, but if you
catches.
don't have time to get him the football.
But you don't have time to get him the football. I mean, the receiving core in Winnipeg hasn't been that bad. I mean, obviously Chris Matthews was injured last year, but they have some good receivers. Nobody get him the ball. I mean, when Buck Pierce was here, when he was protected, he got people the ball. Max Hall got people the ball when he had some time to throw.
Exactly. And that's my contention on the whole Max Hall, Drew Willie thing. I buy signing Drew Willie. I think that's a good sign. But it doesn't make any difference.
No.
And he's not that much better than Max Hall with no time to throw.
No, and he was the 3rd choice. And Kyle Walters said, this week that he was their 3rd choice. He wasn't. He didn't say he was their 3rd choice. He tried to work around it. But I mean, Kolaros was first, and then
Burris was second.
Burris was second, and then Willie. And they could have got Willie at any time, but they chose to wait to see if they could get Kolaros and wait to see if they could sign Burris. And they threw a lot of money at Henry Burris, and yeah.
And Moore was thrown at by the Ottawa Red Blacks.
Yes. Yeah.
Now Kevin Glenn is available. The Red Blacks say they
Yeah.
want to make a deal for Kevin Glenn. Would you sign him?
Not for a pick right now. No, I wouldn't. You might sign him if he gets cut, but I think it's a cat and mouse game. You wait. see what happens. You don't want to give up a pick, especially with a couple O-line guys, good Canadian kids coming up in the draft. You don't want to.
Yeah, but again, they're just kids.
Yeah,
They're
but we
5
got to
years
build
away.
some somewhere. Where are you going to start? You know.
Well, they should have signed some veterans.
Well, yeah.
It's easy, isn't it? It's easy sitting here.
Easy sitting here for sure. Yeah.
Scotty, thanks.
No problem.
Keep it up. Lots of stuff on the huddle from Scott Billick regarding the Blue Bombers, and of course the Bison's coming up. We got lots of football coming. Senior Bowl's only a few months away. We got football is right around the corner. Scott Billick, the Huddle, and Manitoba Hockey News. I'm Scott Taylor. This is the Huddle. We are football in Manitoba, and we're community created right here on Shaw TV.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the Huddle. I'm Cody Bandura. With me to my right, I have Julian Lewis of the Mount Douglas football team. You're the safety, right? / hybrid linebacker?
Yeah, kind of like linebacker, strong safety.
So you're a two-time provincial champ, conference all-star, two-time provincial all-star. You're a 2013-14 Team BC select, and you led the team in tackles.
Yeah, it was an awesome season. Good 2 varsity years. I was really lucky to get on a good squad.
You won 2 years and you got back-to-back championships. That must feel pretty good for you to end off your high school career, right?
Oh yeah, it was a big accomplishment, and our whole team was very proud. Yeah.
How old were you when you first started playing football?
I was around 8 or 9.
Do you remember what position you started out as?
I kind of started out like wide receiver, running back kind of thing, and then I went on defense and had a lot of fun. So
you've stayed at defense ever since?
Well, high school I played both ways, but I have most of my fun on defense.
What position do you like more, safety or linebacker?
Linebacker's fun to stay in the box and get a little more contact, but safety, you get your picks, and then you also just get to fly in for kill shots. It's lots of fun. Yeah.
Why do you think choosing the Bisons is the best choice for you?
Well, since I've been here, it's just been a great opportunity. Lots of really nice guys, and stadium is unreal. Like I've never been in something like this before.
Pro stadium for sure.
Oh yeah.
What specifically do you like about what specifically made you want to come here though?
I'd say probably like the stadium's really nice and everything like that, but I know that the football program's gonna have a lot of success. It's from here, it's just going up.
What do you think the biggest obstacle from moving to BC to Manitoba is going to be besides the cold?
Oh well, I think it's gonna be the cold. Yeah, like BC, we're really soft, to be honest. This is insane. I've never been in this weather before.
Are you gonna miss your friends and family?
Oh yeah. It'll be hard to walk away from that, especially some of the high school guys that are staying in Victoria. Like a lot of good friends.
How far would you like to go in football?
As far as I can, to be honest. It's a big part of my life, and to keep it in my life would be like awesome.
Who's your favorite team and favorite player?
Well, my favorite team is the 49ers, but I couldn't say I have a favorite player, but yeah.
You don't have a favorite player, really?
No, not really. I just I like watching the 49ers play, but I can't put it on one guy.
Well, you're a safety and you're a 49ers fan, so I'm just going to say your favorite player is Ronnie Lott.
Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah, I guess so. Yeah. Ronnie Lott. Yeah. I've heard a lot of good things, and yeah, he's influential to the 49ers. Yeah.
What other sports do you play?
Nothing currently, but I used to play baseball.
Yeah. Do you like that? Who's your favorite baseball team? The Blue Jays?
Don't have one. I don't have one. Yeah, it's been a while.
Okay, my last question for you is, what do you think the biggest difference between growing up in Canada and playing football and growing up in the States and playing football is?
America, they definitely have it. Like, I wouldn't say totally. Actually, yeah, they have it a little better. Like, they take it a lot more seriously. Just the people around it, and so they have, I'd say, some more support than Canada. But Canada's on the rise. Our talent's going up, and yeah, I think there'll be a day when Canada and America are kind of level.
Well, I hope you have a great Bison's career. I think you made the right choice. I'm Cody Bandura. This is The Huddle. We are Football in Manitoba, and we're community created on Shaw TV.
I think what people often forget as they're going through the ranks in their development in football or any sport is they're caught up in the moment, and they look at themselves as a quarterback or an offensive tackle, a defensive end, defensive back. And as you get higher up, it of course that the position is important, and the technique that you need to learn and the skill development and everything that you need to apply to success in that position is obviously important. But what they forget is when you get to a higher level and as you progress through and you're reaching a certain level of skill and success, it then comes down not to what you are. What you are is a quarterback. What you are is a linebacker. What you are is a receiver. It comes down to who you are. When you're playing university football, you're playing professional football, you don't get to that level without being a talented player, a talented athlete, without putting in work. There's certain things that get you there, obviously. Once you're there, you're in the elite among the elite. And what separates the men from the boys and the women from the girls is who you are. It's about your heart. It's about your perseverance. It's about your drive. Everybody says they're willing to sacrifice. Everybody says they're willing to pay a price to attain that success or be who they want to be. But it's not really true. There are very few people, actually, that are willing to pay that price. And you look at a guy like Israel Adonijah, who came into our program years back, played very little, I mean almost no football, had no skill level, almost literally no skill level. For him to play 10 years in the NFL, you think of the perseverance and the drive, the determination, the no quit that he had to go through. Yes, he's in the NFL because he's an outstanding player and he developed those skills, but he's really in the NFL because of who he is. He never quit. He never folded his tent. And it's his character, his intelligence, and his personal attributes that got him there, absolutely no question. It's who you are that makes a difference. Don't lose sight of that, and you're on the right track.
Well, we're just about done. And you're right. You said it. It's recruiting season.
It is.
Now is the time.
How about that, Coach Dobie in his own locker room?
Wow.
That was pretty cool.
Didn't it look great?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and that's something you don't see everywhere. You don't get that opportunity
That's right.
to see the coach of the Bisons give that kind of a speech.
And that was neat, like having him in his own element,
Yep.
with his quote. I don't know if you could see that. The quote, it's actually by Bruce Springsteen. That's Coach Dobie's favorite singer. So.
But it is Bison recruiting class time.
It is.
And there'll be lots of good young players going out to the University of Manitoba. We had Bryson McNeil, kid I really, really like. Scotty Billick, you still have a problem with it's up to the coach to fix the problem with his offensive
And I
line.
think Drew's going to do a good job at quarterback. I mean, he's
got to have time to do it.
He showed his worth.
He was the quarterback behind the best offensive line in the Canadian Football League.
That's true.
And you as a Regina guy knows how good they were last year.
Yeah, they were very good. But, I mean, he did prove his worth last year as a backup. So I think it's going to be interesting.
I'm still a Max Hall fan, but that's sweet. And Jamie Ibarra. He's going to go someplace.
Yeah.
You never know. It's been another great week, and we appreciate you watching. Scott Taylor and John Mackey, this is The Huddle. We are football in Manitoba. We're community created right here on Shaw TV, and we'll be back next week. Bye, everybody.